In our review of 2021, which Japanese legend cried in relief in the Parc ferme? Which racer won a title in the last 100 meters of the season? Which Japanese had a perfect season ruined by rain? Which Malaysian won a title without winning a race? Which circuit had racing stopped by ducks on the track? And which Aussie celebrated his 21st birthday in style? Answers to all of these questions on the Asia Motorsports Hour right now. Happy New Year to everybody from all of us at Asia Motorsports Hour and at Two Wheels Motor Racing. We're looking forward to a wonderful year of motor racing ahead. There's actually racing starting this weekend in Madras. We'll give you action from there next week on this show. But for now, we're going to focus on 2021. And it's our review of 21. We've got the highs and the lows, the ducks and the rain. They're all very prominent. But most of all, we're celebrating Asian road racing. 2021 would prove to be a memorable campaign for Malaysia's Sarafuddin Azman. At the Moto3 Junior World Championships in Catalonia on June the 13th, he secured victory in the opening race of the weekend. It would be the high point of his Moto3 season, but he would enjoy domestic success later in the year. Tsukuba in Japan was the venue for the fourth round of the All Japan Championship, where ducks and then a red flag delayed the racing for a short while anyway. When we did get going, Haruki Noguchi, 14, for the Musashi RT Hark Pro Honda team, took the lead with 11 laps to go in race 2 and went on to secure his first win of the season in the Superstock 600 Championship to edge into the lead for the first time.
そして最終は抑えた荒川が抑えたさあ回ってきてトップチェッカーは野口春樹2番手荒川3番手小山4番手阿部圭人が上がりました4番手阿部圭人長尾が5番手6番手伊達裕太
In the 1000cc Superstock Championship, Honda's Kazuki Sakamoto had a terrific weekend with a P2 on the Saturday, followed by the first of his 2 race wins in the season.
Okay, now we can hear all the exhaust sounds, and now race has begun. Oh my god, so excited! Excited! And if who's got the whole shot? Let me see who got one, and the number is. Let me see who got the whole shot. Number 37. Oh!
Sakamoto winning despite starting P9 on the grid. Having worked his way up to the front, Sakamoto would take a comfortable win. And for now at least, the champagne was his to spray. A crash for Troy Herfoss in the second race of the Darwin round of Australia's 1000cc championship virtually ended his realistic hopes of the title. Wayne Maxwell had 2 P2s on the race weekend to strengthen his grip on the championship, though the headlines were made by Ollie Bayliss, who won the restarted race 2 for his only win of the season. It came on the same weekend he was announced he would be riding World Superbikes in 2022. A great weekend at the track for TJ Alberto at the Philippine Superbike Championship at the Clark International Raceway. Of 4 races competed for at the weekend, the Ducati rider won 3. Of course, the one we focus on is the one he lost by a narrow margin to defending Philippines champion Marvin Mangulabnan. There was a brilliant ride by Keita Doba at the Moto3 Championship round at the Sachsenring in Germany. The 21-year-old CIP Green Power racer took his KTM to 3rd place on the day for his 3rd career podium. Suzuka, for the 2nd time this season, was the venue for the All Japan Championship. This is in July now. 2 races in the JSB 1000cc.
They're so close! You see? Is he okay? Kionari! Oh gosh, now Katsuyuki Nakasuga overtook Kionari Ryuichi. Did you see, you guys? Did you see? Everyone.
Both won by Yamaha Factory Racing's Katsuyuki Nakasaga, and that, even at this early stage of the season, enough to secure him the title.
He won this year. It is so fun, so he is a champion. He is not only the winner, but he is the champion for this year.
At 600 Supersports, there was a popular win for former ARRC racer Tomoyoshi Koyama. His second win and fourth podium in 4 races, catapulting him to the top of the standings with 5 of the championship's 7 races completed.
失ってしまった。なんと無情。さあ小山がトップでコントロールラインを通過。小山トップ通過。2番手荒川、3番手野口。そして激しい4番手争いは。
When he raced in the FIM CEV Moto2 European Championships, Tiger Harder proved to be very competitive. But he didn't race too much, so his podium position at Aragon at the end of July was a lovely bonus for both him and his team. In August, Chennai was the venue for the opening round of 5 for the Indian National Championships. Revamped facilities at Chennai, but familiar names leading the way at the championships. Multi-time victor Jagan Kumar riding number 3 for TVS with a hard-earned win double in the opening round of the 165cc championships.
It's Jagan on the bridge. Rajiv coming in, slipstreaming, coming on the outside on the final corner. He's a little away from him, but can he make it stick? He's trying his best. Rajiv Setu versus Jagan Kumar. And Jagan takes the win for TVS Racing on his Apache RTR 160, taking the win with Rajiv Setu from Idemitsu, Honda.
And 41 Rajini Krishnan, still too good for the rest of the 301 to 400cc category.
Confidence coming into the final corner, but that's Rajini Krishnan, the true Indian goat. Bike number 67 for Team ARRC are taking the checkered flag in first, with Rahil Shetty, bike number 88, taking second.
At least the Women's Championship provided a new, if familiar, name at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the first round.
Ooh, that had to, oh God, that is so unfortunate. Arpita was looking so strong. She lost her front end. She went a little too hot into turn 11, and checkered flag awaits Rihanna B. Wow, what a finish for this youngster.
Rihanna B showing real poise and confidence in her return to the championships after a year out through injury to lead the way at 165cc. Over in Europe, precisely Austria, at Moto2, there was a fabulous day for Idemitsu Honda Team Asia when Agora topped a strong season riding his Kalex by winning at P2 at the Red Bull Ring. But the performance of the day arguably came from Sompiat Chanta as the Thai came home in P5 and posted the fastest lap of the day. If you're able to keep an eye on all the events we're reliving, you could be rewarded by winning an ARRC Polo shirt courtesy Idemitsu. 2 questions for you to answer this week. Thailand's Sompiat Chanta of the Idemitsu Honda team competed in the FIM CEV Moto2 European Championships last year. But at which venue did Sompiat come 5th and set the fastest lap time of the race? Back to our review of 21 after the break and the perils of jumping the start of a race. As Tomoyoshi Koyama found out, one mistake can seriously ruin your season. September. At Okayama, there was a significant shift in the All-Japan 600 Supersport race. Championship leader Tomoyoshi Koyama jumped the start and after a ride through penalties struggled to finish only P14.
ジャンプスタートのライドスルーペナルティがその小山クスに与えられまして、
Haruki Noguchi would secure his second win of the season and was now the new championship leader. Malaysia's Cup Pre-Championship was becoming super competitive. At 150cc, Azroy Hakim Anwar's first win of the campaign moved him to the top of the standings after 4 races.
Dan sekarang kita akan saksikan pada kedudukan ini untuk Azroy Hakim Anwar yang akan cuba untuk catat kemenangan yang pertamanya bagi musim 2021. Tempat kedua pada perlumbaan di pusingan yang kedua di Seletar Sepang Selatan. Kemenangan mudah kali ini untuk Azroy Hakim Anwar.
But there had been 4 different winners in 4 rounds in both the top championships, 150 and here in the 125s, where Fariz Hafiz win in race 4 of the season ahead of a highly congested battle for P2 meant that he held the lead at this early stage of the season.
Berdasarkan timing pace Hafiz Arofa, tapi Syukan Aizat juga di sana. Cuma Faris terlalu jauh di depan. Terlalu jauh 7 saat akhirnya dia menang.
To Chennai, where the Indian National Championship saw more success for Jagan Kumar in the 165cc class. A win in race 1 and this P2 the following day would see him clear at the top after 4 of the scheduled 10 races of the season.
Deepak Ravi Kumar, bike number 25, that's leading the charge, taking the win, making it a first. Jagan Kumar, bike number 3 for TVS Racing, making it a 1 and 2 for TVS Racing. I know that's what they wanted.
But a glimmer of hope for the rest of the class in the 400cc championship. After 3 straight wins, Rajini Krishnan crashed out of race 2 of the round.
We got K. Ahmed in hot pursuit of Anish Shetty. Scramming each other. Rajini keeping it nice and tight into the inside as they go into turn 8. Very defensive line, and there is contact. Oh no! TVS Racing's Deepak Ravi Kumar touches the rear tire of Rajini Krishnan.
Anish Shetty taking advantage to launch his challenge for the title. September also saw the start, thankfully, of the BRIC Championships in Thailand, hosted at the Chang International Circuit in Buriram. Performance of the day came from Yamaha MT Speed Racer Vorapong Malawan in the 400cc category.
ทำได้ดีทั้งเวทเรสและก็แท็กปกตินะครับผมกำลังจะรับธงตราหมากรุกเข้าอันดับที่ 1 ไปครับคว้าวินเนอร์โพเดียมไปสำหรับบรพงษ์มาลาหวน
Surprise performance of the day came at 600cc Supersports, where Yamaha's Kanatat Jaiman brilliantly saw off the twin Honda challenge of Pasowit and Muklada Sarapwek.
ขณะทัดใจมั่นยังอยู่อันดับ 1ในขณะที่นักกีฬาสาวที่พาสวิทิติวรารักษ์กำลังไล่เข้ามาอย่างต่อเนื่องเอาสิทธิศักดิ์อ่อนชเวียงเข้ามาด้วยแล้วก็โค้ง12 ขณะทัดใจมั่นเจ้าของคว้าวินเนอร์โพเดียมไป
Eventual champion Ratapong Willarot losing out in the sprint, coming home only in 4th place for a 13-point haul. Mohammad Fairozi, green livery, number 36, was the star of the second round of the 1 Pre-Championships at Sentul on Java, Indonesia. A win double to add to his podium in round 1 elevated him to the top of the standings of the championship.
Finish di posisi pertama, M. Fairozi. Luar biasa sekali itu bagi M. Fairozi. Sejak start dilepas berada di urutan pertama, mampu mempertahankan posisi pertama dengan tekanan yang sangat begitu luar biasa, dan Rio Andriantro upayanya.
Autopolis in the southern part of Japan was the venue for the 7th and final round of the All Japan Championships. Another double win for the already crowned champion Nakasuga at JSB 1000, barely registered, such was his control of the season. The real battle was for the Supersport 600s Championship. Tomoyoshi Koyama had to win and hoped that Haruki Noguchi, 14 here, finished 6th or worse. Koyama did his part.
さあこれから3周目に入ってくる
小山パスするか？
小山智義が前に出たようにも見えます。アウトサイドから小山智義が前に出た。小山智義がトップに躍り出ました。
But it wasn't enough. 20-year-old Noguchi riding his Honda into P4.
小山智義今トップチェッカーを受けました。今季3勝目。そして第2位で2位が阿部圭斗ですね。ああでも100分の74秒差でした。3番手と阿部圭斗が今季一番のベストリザルトを記録しました。阿部圭斗、ウェビックチームノリックヤマハ、2位でチェッカー、3位で野口春樹、武蔵 RT ハルクプロ。ただ野口春樹選手は3番手チェッカーでしたが
and took the overall title as a result. Into October now, and Titipong Guadakorn, riding the Kawasaki, took control of the BRIC Superbikes Championship at Buriram. Showing a certain extravagance, Ting Note took on both Yamaha Thailand racers to take the lead.
ขอบคุณครับผม
ครับผมย้อนอย่าลืมนะ
เฮ้ยแสงมาแล้วครับเอาละครับพิโรที่โค้ง12ครับมาแล้วครับผมอย่าปล่อยให้หนีโดยเด็ดขาดท่านโอ้ยยังอยู่ในแท็กลิมิตอยู่นะครับ
Before waltzing away for his second straight victory. As it turned out, this would prove to be a crucial moment in his chase for the championship. There was real competition for places towards the end of the 600 Supersport race. The Hondas of McLaren and Passowit this time having to settle for their own team battle behind the new championship leader, Yamaha Thailand's Ratapong Willarud.
ไม่ทัน
จะเป็นของและก็เจ้าของวินาโพเดียมครับเป็นของโฟลต์รัตภูมิวิไลโรจน์จากยามาฮ่าไทยแลนด์เลสซิ่งทีมครับทำได้ครับโอ้โห
สุดยอดครับ
Two stars of round 2 of the Philippines National Championship were TJ Alberto at Superbikes. He posted 4 wins from 4 races in round 2 of the season at Clark to all but tie up his first domestic Superbike title. And at Underbone, former ARRC racer April King Moscato was equally dominant. 3 wins out of 4 for him, plus a P2 to make it, like TJ, 7 wins from 8 races completed. Malaysia's Superbike Championship got underway mid-October at Sepang, with veteran Aslan Shah Kamruzaman on the BMW, running away from the field in the third of the 3 races that were competed for in round 1. This gave him a 13-point lead to take into the second round, scheduled for 2 weeks later.
Azlan sampai untuk memenangi perlombaan ini. Azlan saya akan bersama menjadi menang.
Even more dominant was Bunchu Honda's Izam Ikmal at 250cc. He secured 3 wins out of 3 over the weekend, with a last corner incident involving Daniel Shami at the end of race 3, proving to be important when the points were counted up at the season's end.
Tapi antara dua pelomba ini, Izam sliding sedikit. Oh, dan Syami yang ada kelebihan di depan sekarang. Tapi Izam slingshot begitu cantik. Oh, pelanggan terjatuh. Itu dan Syami yang terjatuh dan Izam yang nampak ada pelanggaran sedikit tadi Izam di depan dengan Syafiq Aiman di tempat yang kedua. Izam ketinggalan dan dia akan mungkin dapat menamakan perlombaan tempat yang ketiga kerana jauh ditinggalkan pelomba di belakang. Kayum juga jauh di belakang rasanya.
At 600, the 2019 MSBK champion Azri Hakim Anwar, number 20, took the win in race 3 of 3, but it was Sharafuddin Azman finishing here in P3 who would go on to the second round, holding a 2-point lead in the standings, having posted 2 P2s and this 16 points for P3.
Azroy jauh di hadapan, jadi Azroy berjaya menang dalam perlombaan ini. Azroy Hakim Anwar untuk kemenangan yang pertamanya selepas kecewa dalam 2 perlombaan yang pertama.
Azroy enjoying what will be his only win of the season. On the other side of the Indian Ocean, Rajini Krishnan, number 67, continued to see off the best the opposition could offer at the Indian National Championships 400cc.
Oh, they almost had contact. Rahul Shetty into turn 10. He's in the apex. He's over the bridge. Rajni Krishnan gets a bit more momentum out of turn 11 into turn 12. Wow. So much drama in that last 2 corners. And the checkered flag awaits. He takes the win. Rajni Krishnan, bike number 67, from second to take the win.
This 4th win in 5 races meant it had already reached 100 points, and after 3 of 5 rounds completed, would lead the championship by 27 points from the fast improving Rahul Shetty. At 165cc, there was a real challenge emerging from KY Ahmad. A win double for the 2020 400cc champion in round 3 was a return to form for both himself, but also for his TVS team, who had a 1-2-3.
Well, it's going to be a photo finish, I can say that. Kevai Ahmad leading the charge into the final corner as the checkered flag awaits. It's being waved. Off the track, Deepak Ravikumar goes, but he holds it. And it's a 1-2-3 for TVS Racing.
Championship leader Jagan Kumar's third place means he takes a massive 53-point lead into January's round 4. And there's a big lead for Chennai-born Rihanna B to defend in the Women's 165 Championship.
Rihanna, it's been a good championship till now. You've won both the races. You're leading the championship. Having fun.
I'm totally having fun, and it's absolutely delightful to be here and racing along with the girls, and I'm looking forward for the race.
Rihanna would make it a perfect 3 from 3 for the season. A win in either of the 2 remaining races of the campaign will secure her the national title. Torrential rain in Thailand made the Chang International Circuit in Buriram behave like an ice rink. Just getting round the course was an achievement, but for Maklada Sarapech and Ratapong Gujarat, they were up for racing in the rain, and what a race they produced. Maklada leading on at least 4 occasions in the rain, but when it came to the all-important final lap,
โอ้
ผมว่าตอนนี้คือบุ๊กน่าจะพอใจตอนนี้แล้วล่ะ
ใช่ครับ
เพราะว่า
เหมือนเมื่อกี้จะเอาอ่ะ
ใช่ดูจากโค้ง12เนี่ยไม่ทันนะ
ไม่ทันครับ
ถ้าเบรกไม่เป็นไรก็ไม่
ไป
ทัน
เสียจังหวะเมื่อกี้แล้วนะครับ
ใช่ครับ
ครับเป็นโค้ง 12 ตรงนี้ครับรัตพงศ์วิไลโรจน์ครับเจ้าโฟลดกำลังจะถึงโค้ง 12 ก่อน เข้ามาแบบละเอียดมากนะครับแล้วก็กำลังจะถึงเช็คเกอร์แฟกครับรัตพงศ์วิไลโรจน์ครับจากยามาฮ่าไทยแลนด์เรซซิ่งทีมครับคว้าวินเนอร์โพเดียมไปครับส่วนมุกลดาสารพืชครับต้องบอกว่าเป็นตัวคู่แข่งเป็นเรสที่สนุกมากนะครับจบอันดับที่ 2 ครับจาก
it was a classic contest. Ratapong now with back-to-back wins. In the 1000 Superbikes, Titipong was looking to make it 3 wins in a row for Kawasaki. Didn't turn out like that.
คุณนัชระดูโฮช็อตตรงแรกครับยังคงเป็นทางฝั่งของสแตน
ครับ
โอ้ยโอ้ติงโน้ตครับที่ทวงวโรกรครับโอ้ยดูออกมาครับจังหวะที่ออกมาเมื่อสักครู่นี้
Life breathed back into that championship as Anupab Sarmoon took his first win of the season in increasingly treacherous conditions, reducing Titipong's championship lead to just 6 points with 2 rounds still to go. Even in a shortened season, a lot happened in Asia road racing. If you've been able to keep an eye on all the events we've been reliving, you could be rewarded by winning an ARRC Polo shirt courtesy Idemitsu. 2 questions for you to answer this week, the second of which is, Mohamed Fairozi won both races in the second round of Indonesia's 1 Prix Championship and went on to take the expert underbone title. But at which circuit were all the 1 Prix races held? Back to the final couple of months of our review of 21 after the break, and the closest finish imaginable to a championship in Australia and in Malaysia. Tyre width separating winners from might have beens. Destination Malaysia for all the significant action on Asian circuits in the latter stages of 2021, and the Malaysia Superbikes Championship held at Sepang on the last weekend of October had a close finale in all 3 classes. At 250, Izam Iqmal led by just 2 points in the overall championship standings going into the final race. Simply, he needed to finish ahead of SIC's Daniel Shami to secure his first MSBK title. If Shami finished ahead of Izam, he'd be champion. For 7 3/4 laps, 57, Sharmi stalked the back wheel of Izam's Honda, number 24.
Dan sekarang ini mereka dalam lurus menuju ke sektor terakhir. Ini adalah penentu pada kejuaraan musim ini di antara Izam Iqmal dan Daniel Syami sekarang. Daniel Syami cuba menutup di bahagian depan dan Izam akan masuk. Izam masuk lebih dahulu. Izam, tapi kita Hakim Dennis yang berada di depan tadi. Tapi lebih dari dua pelumba yang kita lihat sekali. Seperti juga tadi bersama dua pelumba bersebelahan sekarang menuju ke siapa nama dan Izam dan Daniel Syami sampai terlebih dahulu. Izam dan Syami. Izam yang di depan. Izam sampai terlebih dahulu.
P2 for Izam, P3 for Sharmi. Izam Iqmal, champion at 250cc.
First of all, saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih pada Bonsu Honda Racing Team yang bekerja keras daripada round 1, round 2 and even I kena penalty. And tak lupa juga family saya and for my sweetheart, So pada race tadi saya just keep fokus untuk race pace saya sebab strategi saya pada race tu tak menjadi. Agak suka kat situ sebab Daniel Syami sangat-sangat strong di brake dan high speed corner. So apa yang saya fikir untuk last corner just brake depan Daniel Syami. So even Idalah Hakimi dengan Hakimi, saya tak ambil risiko untuk fight dengan dorong untuk P1. Tapi syukur Alhamdulillah, saya overall. Thank you.
At 600 Supersport, Sharafuddin Azman would take the title despite not winning any of the 6 races in the shortened season. Consistency was the key for the SIC racer. 3 second-place finishes, 2 P3s, and in the final race of the season, Sharafuddin, bike 63, knew that so long as he completed the distance, he'd be champion.
Dan kita menuju ke selekoh yang terakhir sekarang ini. Ibrahim yang cukup jauh berada di hadapan 0.715 saat menuju ke checkered flag. Dan kita perhatikan Adam
agak wide Ibrahim tapi dia jauh di depan. Selamat. Dan bukannya kerana tadi dia agak keluar di selekoh ke-15. Dan sampai sama Ibrahim Nuruddin lekan masa yang terpantas jelita pada pusingan yang terakhir dengan 2 minit 10.089 saat.
At Superbike, Zakwan Zadi went into the final race of the season just 1 point clear of Aslan Shah Kamruzaman on the BMW. And Yamaha's Kazma Daniel was lurking just 5 points further behind, but he was on pole for the final race of the season, which was effectively winner takes all.
Mereka dilepaskan sekarang. Kita lihat laju kali ini BMW yang mengejar di hadapan, agak perlahan sikit untuk Kazma sekali lagi dengan Daniel juga berada di depan, tapi yang masuk terlebih dahulu adalah Zakwan nampaknya yang masuk.
After a safe but fast start, Zakwan was able to power away from his rivals in the latter stages to win the race by nearly 4 seconds.
Ketika dia keluar di selekoh ke-15, itu dia Zakwan akan sampai untuk menambahkan perubahan di tempat yang pertama untuk Zakwan 208 yang dia lakukan pada perlumbaan 208 336 catatan terakhirnya dalam pusingan terakhir.
Race yang kali ni yang agak tough juga. Kali ni fight dengan Balan. Tapi kita rasa sangat happy lah sebab sebelum ni saya pakai motor yang sebelum tu nak dapatkan hat-trick sangat susah. So bila saya dah ada rhythm, saya dah dapat confident dengan motor yang baru. Dengan motor ni sangat-sangat bagus. So saya cuba ambil peluang tu dan saya akan cuba konsisten sebab saya rasa feeling tu makin lama makin improve setup saya.
Into November, attention now on these smaller Cup pre-bikes. 2 rounds to complete in that championship in back-to-back weekends. Afif Amram won back-to-back races at 150cc to pile the pressure on one-time championship leader Azroy Hakim Anwar. That win double coming at the tight Tangkak circuit in Johor.
Berikan tumpuan pada perlumbaan 50 ini yang semalam menangi perlumbaan tempat yang pertama. Akif sampai ke lagi perlumbaan yang keduanya ke minggu ini. Akif di tempat yang kedua.
The 125 seemed to be a little bit less competitive. Picturesque Terengganu on Malaysia's east coast, the venue for rounds 5 and 6. And this was the view Adib Rosley was giving his rivals. Adib seemingly securing the title in all but name with a double win on the East Coast.
Selekoh yang terakhir Adib, tapi Bidang Samdan semakin hampir nampaknya. Bidang Samdan cuba untuk berikan cabaran kepada Adib. Bidang Samdan dan Adib itu sampai ke selamat. Adib sampai Bidang Samdan tempat kedua. Ketiga sekali yang 20 ber. Siapa sampai terlebih dahulu? Haris Farhan yang sampai ke tempat yang ketiga. Haris Farhan berjaya menaiki podium akhirnya ke tempat yang ketiga.
But at Tankak, Johor, a week later, Hafiza Rofa made it a little bit uncomfortable for Adib by winning both races. Maybe the season wasn't yet over. We just have to wait another month to find out.
Selekor ke-8 menuju ke selekor ke-9 sekali cubaan yang terakhir. Yang akan cuba dilakukan oleh Zaki, tapi Zaki tidak dapat untuk melepasi. Menuju ke sana penamat dengan Hafiza Rofa. Oh, Adib kembali di depan. Adib berjaya melintas antara Adib dan Adib yang berada di tempat yang ketiga. Kerana tadi kita lihat agak rapat di antara kedua pelumba.
December and onto the bend in Adelaide, South Australia for the long-delayed finale to the Australian Superbikes Championship. The ASBK had been prevented from competing since June. There was a wildcard entrance from MotoGP's Jack Miller, but he ended up eating the Adelaide turf. And the halt made no difference to Wayne Maxwell. The defending Superbike champion won both races in the final round to secure his third ASBK championship.
He will wrap up the championship and be crowned the 2021 My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Australian Superbike champion in the Alpine Stars Superbike class. There it is for Wayne Maxwell. He wins the championship. He takes the race win. He's more than a race win ahead of the rest of the field now. Glenn Allison takes second. Crew Halliday takes third.
Yeah, honestly, that's so special. The guys are here. It just, everyone in the team just contributes like this. They organise all of this. They give me the best motorbike on the grid. The Ducati V4R has been amazing. The whole Boost Mobile K-Tech team, it's made up of a lot of different areas. I've said in the past, guys, the truck's in Melbourne. It doesn't really work, but the guys make it work just so we can win races. So I can't thank them enough. My family.
Yes.
My wife.
Archie and Billy, are they around?
My kids, they go without just so I can do this. My wife, for me, it's very emotional, and I'm so happy to be able to do it with this group of people, because I've always said it, they believe in me more than I believe in myself, and they've given me the confidence to believe in myself, and that's what shows.
The real drama in Adelaide came at the Supersport 600cc. Tom Edwards had stolen a march on Brock Pearson at that class by winning race 1 of the weekend and thus taking the lead in the championship for the first time. For former ARRC competitor Pearson, it was win or bust, and all on his 21st birthday.
You can be sure that Pearson's going to run in there a lot faster than he did last time. Another little bit of movement from bike number 17 as he puts every bit of stress through those tyres now with only 3 corners to go.
And this is Edwards. Edwards is lining it up, but Pearson's fast this time. Edwards has gone to the outside. Pearson closes the gap. He can't do it this time. Brock's got the inside line. A bit of a moment. This is it. This is going to be the moment where he's going to be able to get more drive. Tries to go round, gets cut off.
Going to be a slipstream to the line. It is Pearson that comes out in front. Tom Edwards right in his slipstream as they come to the line now. Pearson is holding on and he gets there. He takes the championship. He takes the race win. Brock Pearson, happy 21st birthday with a championship to his name. Tom Edwards finishes in second place.
I have to give it out to Tommy this weekend. He's just made my work cut out for me. He's a great sportsman, and we've been rivals our whole life, and I couldn't rather to battle out with someone else on the track. So firstly, thanks to him for pushing me. He's had a great year, and to my team, we've done such an amazing job. I've fought through hell to be where I am today, so I'm really proud of myself, and everyone out there watching, my mum and my girlfriend at work, she's missing it, so she'll have a nice surprise, and thanks.
Less dramatic but equally impressive. Philippines' TJ Alberto secured the Superbikes title in the Philippines for the first time by winning 3 of the final 4 races at the final round at the Clark International Speedway. And April King Moscato, a phenomenal 11 wins from 12 races during the season at Underbone. A P2, his only, in inverted commas, failure. Title is decided in Thailand as well. The Superbikes Championship was effectively won in the penultimate race of the season by Kawasaki's Titipong Wadakorn. That makes it sound routine. It wasn't. To do what Titipong did on the notorious Corner 12 of Buriram was nothing short of miraculous.
ก่อนออกมาดูจากตรงนี้ใครถึงก่อนใครเอ่ยดูนี่ครับโอ้ทิติพงศ์วโรก่อนครับ 0.014
2 วินาทีครับ
โอ้โห
ครึ่งล้อ
And the emotional welcome into the Parc Ferme showed exactly what it means to Kawasaki, and also showed what Asian road racing will miss, with Kawasaki bowing out from the sport from next season. At 400, Vorapong Malawan's only blemish in the season was, ironically, in the race that won him the title. A close P2.
มาพีรพงษ์บุญเลิศแล้วก็ยังไงครับปาดไหมดูตรงนี้ออกมาเป็นใครเฮ้ยพีรพงษ์บุญเลิศโอ้
But a title, nonetheless, for the Yamaha racer. Maklada Sarapwek had Ratapong Willerot literally in her sights ahead of the final race of the Supersport 600 season. A win, and she'd create history as the first female champion in Thailand road racing. She didn't win. Indeed, she crashed out.
โอ้ยลุ้นจังเลยดูหมายเลขครับพลิกมารู้เลยอ้าวมุกระดาสารพืชครับโอ้โหน้องมุก
And that enabled Ratapong Willerot to coast home and take the title. But be warned, despite her disappointment, Maklada's day will come.
รัชพงษ์วิไลโรจน์ครับเจ้าโฟจบอันดับ 2 แล้วก็คว้าแชมป์ประจำปีไปด้วยคะแนนสะสมครับพี่ซุปจบอันดับที่ 3 ครับครับผม
Going into the final round of the Malaysia Cup pre-season, 125cc, Hafiza Rofa was on a run of 3 straight victories going into the penultimate race of the year at Sepang. It had put a question mark against Adib Rosley retaining his title. But Hafiza made a disastrous start in the rain at Sepang, completely getting corner 1 wrong. There he is in the green, getting eased too far wide. And so his challenge was over. At the finish, Adib's P6 effectively secured the title. And to make it a great day for the YY Pang team, his teammate won the race.
Dan kita perhatikan mereka menuju ke selekoh yang terakhir sekarang ini. Faris Hafiz memimpin perlumbaan dan kita lihat dua pelumba ini, Syafiq dan juga Habib Farhan, siapa yang akan sampai di garisan penamat terlebih dahulu. Dua pelumba ini kita berikan perhatian. Faris Hafiz akan sampai terlebih dahulu. Menang Faris Hafiz di tempat yang pertama, Syafiq Rosli di tempat kedua dengan Habib Farhan di tempat yang ketiga. 4 Alif Daniel dengan Adib Rosli menamatkan perlumbaan di tempat yang ke-6.
Adib would retain his crown, needing only a P10 in the final race of the season. The 150cc title race will be utterly memorable. The bikes to look out for: Afif, number 50, Azroy Hakim Anwar, number 20. If Afif finishes within 2 places of Azroy, he will be champion. Cue an incredible finale.
Di sini kita lihat kedudukannya, dari luar dalam yang terus berusaha. Kedudukan yang semakin suntuk untuk kita melihat apakah akan terjadi untuk Azroy, untuk Afif dalam kedudukan terakhir. Kedudukan yang kedua, Azroy dalam kedudukan terbaik dan akhirnya dia berada pada kedudukan terbaik. Dia mengikuti rapat di kedudukan yang kedua selepas leko yang ke-8 dan akhirnya
Afif di tempat yang ke-5. Bermana Azroy adalah juara.
That's our review of 2021. A lot happened, and we can expect even more in the coming year as racing returns. Final reminder of how you can win ARRC Polo shirts courtesy Idemitsu. Log on to our Facebook page and answer these 2 questions. First, Thailand Somkat Chanta of the Idemitsu Honda team competed in the FIM CEV Moto2 European Championships last year, but at which venue did Somkat come 5th and set the fastest lap time of the race? Second, Mohamed Fairozi won both races in the second round of Indonesia's One Prix Championship and went on to take the expert underbone title. But at which circuit were all the One Prix races held? The New Year's racing is back next week. We'll have action from the 4th round of the Indian National Championships in Chennai. Hope you enjoyed our review of the year. Next week we look forwards, not backwards. Here's to a fabulous 2022.